What I'm about to show you is the reason a specific 50-mile radius of the Grand Canyon is a permanent no-fly zone. In 1909, a discovery was made that was so dangerous, the Smithsonian reportedly spent the next century making sure you'd never hear about it. Explorer G.E. Kincaid didn't just find a cave. He found a citadel, a massive subterranean city carved into the red rock, filled with artifacts that shouldn't exist in the Americas. Copper tools, golden statues, and tablets covered in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. But it's the names they left behind that are the real smoking gun. Why are the most remote peaks of this canyon named after Egyptian gods? The Tower of Ra, the Temple of Set, the Cheops Pyramid. Is it a coincidence or a map? Today, we're crossing the forbidden line. We're looking at the declassified reports of 9-foot mummies and the secret military presence still guarding these caves in 2026. This isn't just history, it's a cover-up. If true, the find would redraw the ancient world. But today, the Smithsonian denies he ever existed. No records, no artifacts, only an article and a vanishing act. So what really happened in those caverns? Rooms large enough for 50,000 people, copper implements hardened by time, tablets carefully stored, inscriptions nobody could explain away. The Gazette printed the incredible, and the canyon swallowed the rest. If this was just a tall tale, why did the Smithsonian send their lead archaeologist S.A. Jordan to oversee the site? More than a century later, the mystery lingers where maps grow quiet. Try to fly a drone near Marble Canyon. You hit a wall of permanent no-fly zones. Not temporary, not seasonal. Standing restrictions. On foot, you meet fences, locked gates, signs that speak plainly, restricted, specific peaks, off-limits, with penalties for crossing the line. Digital boundaries to match the physical ones. And in this exact sector lie monuments with ancient names, the Tower of Ra and the Cheops Pyramid. Early explorers named what they saw after Egyptian gods. Coincidence? Or a breadcrumb to something deeper? In landscapes like these, names can be warnings or memorials. The most remote places bear the most loaded names. The Tower of Set, the Tower of Ra, the Cheops Pyramid, clustered near the restricted zone. Why here? Why these? Why now? Why would early American explorers name the Grand Canyon's most remote peaks after Egyptian gods, unless they found something there that forced them to? Kincaid's report didn't just mention artifacts, it mentioned people. He described rows of mummies, all wrapped in linen, and all of them standing over 9 feet tall. A sarcophagus of unknown metal, dimensions that strain belief. Material composition, never published. Provenance, contested. A story that refuses to enter the official record. Across the world, legends of giants echo through time. The Nephilim in Near Eastern texts, Titans in the Mediterranean, Skywalkers in the Americas. Different tongues, same silhouette, the giant. Reports of giant skeletons roamed 19th and early 20th century papers. Then the trail ends. Specimens vanish into private vaults. Explanations offered, records lost, hoaxes exposed. Mystery persists. Giant skeletons have been reported across the Americas for centuries, but every time a discovery is made, the artifacts disappear into private government vaults, locked away, out of sight. But the canyon keeps its own records, written in stone. Mainstream history says the Egyptians couldn't cross the Pacific, but oceans are networks and currents are roads. From the Mediterranean to the Gulf of California, water to water. 2 rivers, 2 civilizations, fertility versus erosion, but patterns that rhyme. Trade follows water, Stories follow trade. If mariners reached one mouth, explorers could reach the other. New research into so-called cocaine mummies ignited controversy. Old world remains with New World plant markers. If authentic, they imply contact 3 millennia ago, which makes the canyon not impossible, just inconvenient. What if the Grand Canyon is more than erosion? What if it is a vault? Natural caverns adopted, expanded, then sealed by time. A time capsule of a global civilization wiped from the map. Mainstream narratives insist on limits, but rivers ignore borders. Is the Grand Canyon not just a natural wonder, but a time capsule of a global civilization that was wiped from the map? The Smithsonian says Kincaid was a myth, but the no-fly zones and the Egyptian names remain. What are they guarding in the dark? Comment history if you want the coordinates to the restricted zone, and subscribe for the next investigation.